This by far has to be one of the most unusual finishes in NASCAR Cup Series history. Let's count the problems here. All right, so we got the race was ended under caution. Nobody likes that. The race was ended under caution due to darkness because the track has no race lights. Well, that don't really happen often. And the race winner didn't even cross the finish line first. This was just a mess.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, due to the darkness, they're saying they are not going to restart this race because of the darkness on the racetrack here, and it is going to finish as promised on lap 210. That's why you see these guys down there in the Roush Fenway pits celebrating.
Everything looks very dark looking from a driver's perspective, so congratulations to Greg Biffle, huh?
Looks like the Aflac Duck's going to get a checker here.
Greg Biffle, 37-year-old driver, had gone 28 races. His last win was at Homestead at the end of finale of 2006.
Right there, checker flag.
You know, I've never seen a driver cross the start-finish line, then turn around and go back the other way. I think I'd have made another lap, just to make sure.
Well, the field is frozen. You see all these guys moving around each other. The field has already been frozen. As long as these cars just drive across the line, they're going to freeze them where they were. Greg just pulls down and all these other guys passing, but he's still the winner.
Jerry, it's very interesting coming to the start-finish line the last time, though. I know you and the 07 were sort of interested in whether or not the 16 might be the victor.
Yeah, he was clearly out of gas. I feel terrible for Greg. He's been working so hard to win a race and is up there in position to win it. But if you don't maintain pace car speed, you don't hold your position. And it was clear to everyone that he couldn't do it. If he could have, he would have stayed on the bumper of the pace car to the finish line. So, in my opinion, where he coasted across the finish line relative to the other cars that can maintain pit road speed is where he should finish.
What are your thoughts right now?
I don't know what to think. I thought you at least had to finish on your own power across the finish line. I don't know if we were supposed to wait on him or what we were supposed to do, but, nonetheless, it was a good day for us.
NASCAR has been around for decades. There have been some great moments throughout the sport's history, but there has also been some very unusual moments. In this video, we're going to look at some of these moments. Just like when this crew guy was trying to push over a race car that was on its side during the race.
Worker is trying to push him over. The worker just needs one more hand there. Maybe I'll go there and help him. Now the wrecker's coming there. I'd go to help do it myself, but they're going to get there before I could. He's only about 75 yards from me.
Now they're going to get it over there. There we go.
Now to get him out going, he can stay in the lead lap.
I was going to say, he could very easily get that thing going again.
Give me a push.
If you're a NASCAR fan, you most likely have had alcohol during the race while you're attending. Well, this guy had a little too much, and was in the he was in the flag stand.
Break at this particular race. Chase Briscoe, if the skies opened up right now and the race ended, he would win the race by virtue of the fact he was the leader, and nothing has happened since that time. And the way they explained it best, it's kind of like the laps that they run before the race ever starts. They don't count either. The parade laps. Exactly. So consider what we've seen at this point as the parade laps. When they get back to green, then the laps will count again, and we will have live scoring again. But right now, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, Chase Briscoe definitely the leader at Bristol Motor Speedway.
So when they signal the cars back out onto the racetrack, Kyle Busch would then move up to the front.
Only after they go green. No, he would not go. Well, he would because of the position that he's going to be in.
That's what I'm saying. But he doesn't get that lead until the NASCAR signals we're going to continue the race.
Until they start the green flag part, because they're not going to count these caution laps. So it's an entirely different animal from what we normally see.
Oh, man. Let's explain what's happening on the racetrack now. They have these little...
Bill? Spotter tells the crew, coming to you just as fast as you can blink your eye.
Oh, and he loses the wheel. Wow. Or loses the tire.
And he just missed clobbering the end of that wall.
That's going to be a caution. That's actually good luck for him.
Long way to go, though, to get to his pit stall, the #1 stall, all the way at the end of pit road. Kurt Busch's chance to win this championship almost came to a smashing end against the end of pit wall.
Watch how close he gets to the entrance of pit wall here. Wheel lead right here.
What was it? A foot? No more than a foot.
I don't think anybody ever expected this. In the inaugural NASCAR Chase for the Cup point system, Kurt Busch entered the championship race looking for his first ever championship. Midway through the race, his tire falls off as he almost hits the pit wall. Unbelievable.
See the intensity level coming up on
we
these
saw
guys.
Mike Wallace look like he was going below David Rudiman right here, but they ran up on a slower car. Wow.
Right. Man.
That's Kevin LePage's 61 that Carl Edwards went up across the back of. And then it all broke loose behind him. Cars slipping and sliding. Kelly Byers involved. Brad Keselowski, watch again.
Oh, you see what happened here. This 61 was not up to speed, and it's almost like, these guys moved over and didn't see him.
Yes, I think something's hit him hard, Mike, because there's nobody around him. Oh, there's your problem. Here's your problem right here. I think a piece of concrete possibly came up and hit Jeff Gordon's car.
Something off into turn 3.
Something happens right along in there. You see the dust fly up, and you see the pieces flying. The track's must have a hole in it right there.
Here's a better look.
Boom, right there.
Wow. Now the pits have not yet opened under this caution flag. They've been closed for some time, Dick Berggren.
Well, Jeff Gordon did say that he thought it was a piece of the racetrack that had come up and hit the right front corner of his race car. He is very unhappy, not surprisingly, behind the wheel of the car, feeling that he is having to pay a penalty for the facility on which he is racing this afternoon. Gordon has led the most laps so far today, currently in second spot. He will pit. He will be bringing that car down on pit road so the crew can take a look at it, make whatever repairs are necessary, but most important, to diagnose the seriousness of the problem on the right front. He said he hit so hard it actually jerked the steering wheel out of his hands when it hit.
You tell me, a huge piece of concrete was in my way. I'm laughing about it now, but I'm not happy about this. I mean, we worked so hard to get that track position. We've got such an awesome race car. And there's no doubt in my mind we can do it, but man, is it going to be a lot of hard work. And first we got to come in and fix it, when we go back racing. I think they said they're going to try to, patch it with some kind of an epoxy, but they got a pretty serious problem over there, and unfortunately I hit it and hit it really. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have went underneath the car. Luckily, it hit with the right front. It seems like it went around the right front.
How much of the car do you believe is damaged? Is the suspension okay?
I think the suspension's fine. It's mainly just a fender, and and it's just in on the tire right now. It jerked the wheel out of my hand, so there could be a little bit of toe knocked out on it, but we'll check all that. We're going to check it really good, and it's just unfortunate. Man, what an awesome day we're having. Great race car, great pit stops, and that thing is just such a dream to drive. Wow, it just goes everywhere I want it to, and I was looking forward to racing Junior there, and we're not going to give up on him yet. We're going to fight until this thing's over, and hopefully we'll get back at Victory Lane again for a third time here at Martinsville.
You just can't make this up. A piece of the racetrack comes up and ruins Jeff Gordon's race as he runs it over. How unlucky do you have to be driving and the piece of the road, the concrete, the asphalt comes up and hits your race car, damaging your nose? Wrecking somebody under caution in NASCAR is something that is extremely frowned upon. And when you do it, you're basically going to get parked or suspended. And this is what happened to Clint Boyer when he did it in the NASCAR Nationwide Series race. This is still an unusual moment because you rarely see this.
2 cars back on the lead lap.
Yeah, Trent Owens with that 32 car, they've done a great job all day to keep that car in contention and to keep adjusting on it. You see some more damage now on the 21.
Well, we're getting
oh my goodness gracious alive.
Denny Hamlin and I think there's some retaliation going on here because we've just gotten word from NASCAR, the 21 who had pulled back out on
I want you to take it to the trailer.
And he has been told to take it to the trailer. So Clint Boyer retaliates against Denny Hamlin. Let's go back and see if we can see what happens here. There's Hamlin. Here comes Boyer.
Yeah, he's coming out of the pits from where they were working on the car. Makes a hard right here.
Huh.
Show his displeasure with what happened on that last
start as intentional.
Building a racetrack is something extremely hard to do. You have to make sure every little piece is perfect. Building a road course, now that's a whole other story. What about building a road course in the oval? Well, during the 2021 NASCAR race at Indianapolis, the curbing fell off and half of the field drives into the corner and they all end up crashing.
Track right there in turn. We got more cars coming in.
William Byron is reporting that the curb came up. He hit the curb in the 24.
Yep. Lane's gonna come. Here comes the inside lane. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. back to the front. Another hood flap flies off. Oh, around comes the 18. The 42 collects the 17 as well. The 62 upside down. Brendan Gaughan upside down as he went back in front of the pack.
We're wrecked here, guys.
And the big one happens right at the front of the field.
Yeah, the 17 goes up to side draft. I don't think that affects the 18. It's the one just pushing his brother. It peels the 18 off to the right. It looks a lot like the 24 accident. Look at the 62, a full flip back on its wheels. Thank goodness. Instantly stopped the flipping, put the car back in position. But a huge, huge accident.
You wonder, though, if
you never expect to be driving a race car and then you end up flying. These cars are not airplanes, but Brendan Gaughan sure tried to be an airplane during the 2019 Talladega race.